Hello everyone and welcome back to another Christmas video. Today is all about how to finish the insides of your cards. And so we'll be using some stamp sets, some ephemera, some heat embossing, a bunch of different things. And here is a good example. I had that big bow on the front of that card, so you want to make sure it hangs off out of your MISTI. So this is that card was the Buffalo Plaid card. So I used this sentiment out of the Comfort and Joy stamp set, and it has a buffalo plaid look to it too. So I stamped it in black, and then I just took a red Prismacolor pencils and went over the other areas. And okay, sorry about that. My cell phone was ringing in the other room, and Lucy was letting me know it was ringing. Anyway, so I took the red Prismacolor pencil, colored in the other areas to give it the same buffalo plaid look as the outside of the card. And I really like this greenery stuff that was in the stamp set too, so I got some leaf green Simon Says Stamp ink, and I just stamped that on each side of the sentiment, and I thought that finished off the inside of this card really nicely. A lot of fun images in this stamp set. Matter of fact, I used the mistletoe and the couple of the ornaments to stamp the outsides of my envelopes, and I think with gold Delicata ink looks really good. So the next one, this simple little card, I decided to use this fun stamp by Stampendous. It is called Christmas Sky. It's one of their cling stamps, and I just thought it went with the overall fun theme of this card, and went back to my Bow Bunny ephemera pack and pulled out this big bulb and just taped it in there and went over it with some Nouveau shimmer, clear shimmer, aqua shimmer. That one has the longest name to it, my goodness. So now going back to the Carta Let It Snow pack, I thought this would have some cute stuff in it for this snowman card, and this tag was totally adorable. And I have another new little, this one is a really cute little stamp too. It is by Impression Obsession. And said something like those that can still hear the bells believe, or something like that. But it's really cute, really cute. You'll have to check it out. I'll have everything linked down below. But okay, sorry about that. Somebody was losing her little puppy mind again. Okay, so next is this card that I made that was basically just heat embossed, a little inking around the edges, and then I inked in one of the poinsettias. So I really love this stamp set. This was the Mama Elephant Season's Wishes, and the Season's Greeting was really pretty. So I decided to do more heat embossing again on the inside with this big Season's Greetings, and again with the Simon Says Stamp Antique Gold embossing powder. And I just, when my husband opened this card, we were filling out all of our cards last night and getting them in the mail, he said, wow, that he really thought that the inside of this one looked sharp with that heat embossing. And I have to admit, it did look pretty good. And they have several great sentiments that go along with this stamp set. That was one of the things I looked for and bought this year, was several sentiment stamps that had larger verses or sayings or whatever for the insides of cards. Okay, so next we're moving on to this Kaisercraft stamp set called Christmas Wishes. Now this is a very pretty stamp set. I liked that it had simple font combined with this kind of scripty font. What I didn't like about this Kaisercraft stamp set was the photopolymer material that it's made out of was softer than all the other stamp sets that I have, and so I overmashed, and so I had a little bit of smushed spots. Anyway, it's still a great stamp set, but if you get this one, just remember to very light hand. You don't need a lot of pressure with this stamp set, but it still has some great sentiments. I will continue to use it, and just have to remember that need a light hand with it. Okay, we have this Altenew stamp set It's called Blessings, and it has, again, a lot of really great verses or sayings. I'm not sure how you want to call that, as for the insides of your cards, as well as with some larger letters or larger words, and like a heart, and I think a couple other little things to go along with it. So I just, to dress up the inside of this one, I decided I stamped the verse in black, and then I stamped the Happy Holidays in that leaf green, and then with Schoolhouse Red, I decided to stamp the larger word Rejoice that was in the stamp set, as well as Hallelujah. And I think I just left the inside of that card to that. So lots of different ways you can, dress up the insides of your cards, whether it be stamp sets, ephemera packs, dies. Oh, I did use something else on the inside of this card. I forgot about that. So, just different things you can do. And quickly, I did, the insides of several cards real quick. That came with that separate bow. I just love that bow. It was so pretty. And again, add a little shimmer, where you can. I went all the little berries, the ball, the bow, just add some shimmer to the insides of your cards wherever you can. So I went back to this same stamp set I did the outside of this one with. It was the Naughty and Nice Elves from Simon Says Stamp. And I just picked out the Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays and stamped it with some Schoolhouse Red ink. I think it's a really pretty red color for the holidays. And then another one of the elves, I just stamped it on the lower corner. If I had more time, I might have used my colored pencils and colored in that little guy, but yeah, it's getting awfully late in December to not have my cards out, so I just decided to let that go as is. Okay, so here I'm digging through the Tim Holtz ephemera pack. The name of this is Christmas Noel. It was his new one this year. And this poinsettia was really pretty, but it had a couple of spots that needed to be pushed out that, didn't come out when it came out of the die. So just took my craft pick and quickly picked those out. And I like this other little thing. And so I just played with the layout real quick. And then I picked it up with my tweezers so I could keep the layout just the same, and just spread a little Nuvo adhesive along the back. And I believe that did it for that card. Some cards, you don't have to fill up the whole inside. Some can be just simple, and they're just as pretty as if you did more. Again, here using a die cut and some Zig 2-way glue pen to just try and go behind where the red part, because that is backed with a vellum. And not that you can really see the vellum on this white, but I had pre-made these, so that is what it is. And then stamped a sentiment, and had a couple little spots that need to put a little extra glue on and hold down for a second. But that made a really cute card. And now for this last one, another die cut. And we'll do we're going to do some more little houses, because there was little houses on the outside of this card. So I decided to repeat that on the inside of the card, and just use a little tape runner, get these houses into position, and that's going to do it for this card. And so that is the inside of the cards. I am going to have one more Christmas card, which will be an interactive one, and then we're going to move on to tags. So I hope it's going well with your Christmas cards, and we'll see you soon in the next one.